Hi everyone, Aaron here and welcome back to the channel. Grant Cardone responded to my video where I exposed his fraud and his theft from the Cardone Capital investors. He's been kind of gradually melting down on social media over this. He's posting quotes from L. Ron Hubbard. He's talking about haters. I gotta tell you, I question the wisdom of responding to my video by putting up a video asking people not to respond to my video. It doesn't seem like the best idea, but perhaps that's not a surprise to many because a lot of the things happening over at Cardone Capital are not the best idea, starting with defrauding your investors. So I have so much I want to say about this video, but let's just jump right into it and we'll take it apart piece by piece.
Hey, big heads up for all of you out there that are handling haters and criticism and clickbaiters here on this YouTube channel. I've been handling this for, doing this for 10 or 12 years. I was just doing a big event in Scottsdale, Arizona for about 1,000 people. And one of the questions that came out of that event is, how do you handle all the haters and the claims and the people saying whatever they want to say? You know, with this internet, you can say almost anything you want to say about anybody today without any proof or receipts. And the thing that I've done to handle that, and again, I've been handling it for a long time, and the more successful I get, the more you get of it. This is not about you or even me. When you're getting clickbaited, dragged on, claims, whatever, like there's thousands of people that do this on a daily basis to get attention for their own channel. Okay, they're doing it to get ad dollars. They're clickbaiting Mark Zuckerberg, Kanye West, Jeff Bezos, you name it, they're going to do it. Mark Cuban, all the successful people, they're going to find anybody that's creating at massive levels of success, and they're going to use that name.
All right, I can't help it, I got to jump in. So I promise you, Grant, the criticism that you're getting from me is most definitely about you. And it's not even fair to call it criticism because it's not criticism, it's facts. And I love how you just put yourself into a category with Mark Cuban and Kanye West and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. You're nothing like those people. Those people are legitimate business people who, and you can always question the ethics of large, giant, multinational corporations, but one thing I don't believe those people have ever been accused of is defrauding their investors. And I can tell you that if those companies were being investigated by the federal authorities, they would have to disclose that. So stop hiding behind the fact that people who criticize me, it's not about me, don't take it personally. No, you should very much take it personally. And as far as the clickbaiting, well, let's hold on. I think he gets to something later.
Now, the way to handle that is to understand, number one, success comes with this, okay? It does not. The higher you go up the tree, the more people are gonna be like, look at him, he's gonna fall. They want you to fall. They wanna take you down, okay? They want to hurt you, but most importantly, they're trying to get attention for their own brand or name, and they have nothing to create for themselves.
Okay, good. I do want to comment on that. Grant, I'll tell you what I find remarkable. My videos get more views than your videos. And the videos that I do on my channel that are not about you get more views than the videos that I do that are about you. I published a video just 3 weeks ago about Mike Rowe that has over 850,000 views. I published a video about a Clearwater City Council meeting that has 600,000 views. I even published a video last month about Scientologist TikToker Michaela Arrington that has over 130,000 views. So Grant, when I do videos about you, I actually risk taking a hit to my total view count, and yet I still think you're worthy of my attention. And Grant, while we're on the subject of clout chasing, can you explain to me how, when you have 2.2 million YouTube subscribers, your channel, your videos that you post to your channel get less views per day and per hour than the videos that I post to my channel? The explanation is that, unlike you, my YouTube subscriber base has grown organically over time and is real, as opposed to your subscriber base, which I guess was purchased through Indonesian click farms or something. So no, Grant, I'm not talking about you for clout. I'm not talking about you for clicks or followers or subs or money. I'm talking about you because you're a criminal. I'm talking about you because you're one of Scientology's biggest financial supporters. You're out there trying to convince people to join a human trafficking cult that destroys families and bankrupts its members. It's just icing on the cake that you happen to be a thief a fraud, a con man, and a liar. I don't talk about you because you're in the real estate space. I talk about you because you're in the Scientology space. Your real estate fraud, your business fraud, your investment fraud, that just makes my job a lot easier and honestly a lot more enjoyable. I take more joy out of protecting investors from your theft than I do about just talking about Grant Cardone, the Scientologist. All right, let's see what else he has to say.
If they can't create anything, what they do is they hate. Okay, it's like hate is the opposite of create. You can't create and hate at the same time. They did this to Jesus. They did it to Gandhi. They did it to Oprah. They did it to Obama. They did it to Trump. Okay, if you're gonna blow, if you're gonna get big, if you're gonna service the world, help the world, become a charitable source, if you're gonna disrupt anything, look what they do to Elon Musk. The entire automotive industry. And Biden wouldn't invite him to an automotive conference where they're discussing electric cars. How's that even possible? Every great person that's ever walked on planet Earth, male or female, young or old, has been hated on, has been clickbaited, dragged, criticized, ridiculed, dismissed, called a fraud, a con, blah, blah, blah. So this is what haters do. Okay, haters can't create, so they hate.
He did just compare himself to Jesus, right? Did I mishear that? And Oprah and Elon. The thing is, it might be hate if people are just out there saying, Grant Cardone is a dick. Grant Cardone is an asshole. I don't like him. He rubs me the wrong way. He's arrogant. He's rude. He's kind of pervy. That's hate. I'm talking about fraud, Grant. I'm talking about you being investigated by the feds. That's not hate. These are facts, Grant. All right, let's keep going.
So number one, you got to understand that this is part of success. It comes with everything else that success comes with. It comes with the money, the toys, the winning, the victories, the happiness, the celebrations. What also comes with success is this, the criticizer and the hater. Okay, it's like building a house. You build a house, you're going to end up with termites. You have a baby, you're going to end up with poop. Everything comes with a liability, okay? So don't take it personal that people hate on you. Take it as a compliment. I know it's hard. Number one, understand it's coming. Number two, do not respond directly to these people. There's no reason to use their name. There's no reason to support them. There's no reason to honor them, respond to them. It doesn't matter, dude. They're not doing anything. They will, I know that 10 years from now, they won't be where they won't be anywhere. They will not have done anything. They will be.
All right, I'll pause it here. Grant, here's what makes what's happening right now so perfect and so beautiful and so really unfortunate for Grant. This guy is not allowed to say my name. In the eyes of Scientology, I have been declared a suppressive person. I am one of the worst, most evil people on the planet. I am against Scientology. I am against saving the world. I am against spiritual freedom. And Grant is a diehard dyed-in-the-wool Scientologist. And by the way, he's doing this video from Clearwater. He's doing this video. He came to Clearwater. I'm sure he was getting an interrogation by Scientology for all the shitstorm he's about to bring down. It's going to bleed over into Scientology. And Grant, if he were to ever say my name or the name of my channel or directly respond to me, he would be in deep doo-doo with his Scientology masters because it would be seen as him inadvertently raising my profile. So he's not allowed to address me. This is also why he'll never sue me. I would love for Grant to sue me. It would be wonderful because then now all the stuff that he's just saying are lies would come out. He would never sue me because by suing me, he would raise my profile. He's literally not allowed to sue me. Doesn't this get really interesting? So the only thing he can do is to justify his lack of response by encouraging everyone else not to respond as well. Because the fact is, when someone is saying what I'm saying, his correct response should either be to sue me or to put out the facts. But he can't put out the facts because I'm not making them up. The facts are very bad for Cardone Capital. So he can't put out the facts, so he can't respond. He can't respond for those legal reasons, and he can't respond for the Scientology reasons. So the only thing he can do is try to convince everyone that the only correct course of action is no response at all. All right, let's keep going.
Off using or dragging somebody else's name, and I'm going to create my empire. So go out and create your success. Do the things you got to do. Stay focused on prospering. We sent out $40 million this year in Cardone Capital distributions. $40 million. Everybody that drags my name combined times 10 and times 10 lifetimes will not generate for themselves that much money, much less give it back to their investors.
Do you ever notice how there's nothing Grant says to defend himself or his business model or anything that Bernie Madoff himself could not have said right up until the day it all came crashing down? Now, I'm not saying Grant is running a Ponzi scheme. I don't think that's what Grant is doing. But he seems to think that pointing to large numbers or certain performance metrics is some kind of a defense against fraud, and it's just not.
That's in 1 year I've done that. I'm sorry, that's in 7 months that I've done that. We've done $1.2 billion of sales over the internet. You can put every clickbaiter together in the same room and give them 1,000 lifetimes. They won't produce that much because you cannot produce and create when you hate. It's not possible. You just cannot be, you can't come up with solutions. You can't make the world a better place while you're hating on any one object. Okay? So when I literally put my attention on negativity on one object, how can I create something good over here? It's not possible. So don't be distracted by the distracted.
I.e., please stop asking me for your money back. That's what he calls being distracted. Investors going, wait, is this guy totally ripping me off and asking for their money back? That's what Grant Cardone calls getting distracted.
The third thing, okay, you have to double down on your prosperity and your success. You got to keep expanding. What they hope to do is to contract you. Don't contract, extrovert. Keep extroverting. Keep creating on the things you're doing. Let that detraction become an inspiration for your creation, for your continued creation. I remember hearing Elon Musk say something about. Somebody asked him, what do you say about your the people that say you can't do this? And he looked at him, the interviewer, and says, we did this. And that is really, really important. Go out and change the world. Go out and service your customers. Service the world that you want to service. Do the things you want to do. Use the hate as an inspiration to actually validate your creation and to do what you're inspired to do. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it distract you. Don't let it introvert you. Keep creating on it. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's like anything else, okay? With every asset, every creation of every asset comes some liability. They're termites. They're freaking rats. They will never create anything for themselves and their family that's valuable, much less share it with their customers. They're merchants of chaos, like the media, Fox and CNN, these people that are spreading fake news all around. This is the only thing they can produce, is on the backs of successful people. So go out and be successful. Understand the haters are coming. 2, use it. Use it. Don't recommend them, recognize them, talk about them. Talk about what you're doing. Double down on it, 10x on it. Use it to inspire you to create more success for yourself and your family. Move on. And then last thing is handle your family and friends on it, okay? I had a friend once sent me something he saw somebody wrote back in 2020. Oh my.
He's literally telling people to ask their family and friends to stop sharing this information. Grant, you have a fiduciary responsibility to your investors. It would have taken you 3 minutes just to disprove all of the accusations. Instead, you spend 8 minutes bitching about the fact that anyone has heard my video or seen my video or shared my video. They're coming for you, bro, and you're gonna go down. This kind of shit is not going to save you. It just makes you look bad. This is an act of desperation. All right, let's see what else he has to say.
God, I read this. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? What kind of friend would believe information from some scumbag you don't even know? That's not a friend, okay? And I put his ethics in order. I said, stop it. Don't even ask me about it. Don't challenge me about it. Don't question me about it. How dare you? You're my friend. A friend will support their friends. And
your investors are not your goddamn friends. You need to answer the questions. You need to be honest and straight. And honestly, I understand it's difficult. you can't be honest and straight, because being honest and straight is going to land you straight in prison. But the fact is, you're going to prison anyway. At least that's my opinion. So the best thing you can do is probably just shut the hell up and stop putting out propaganda, or you can keep doing it and I'll keep sharing it and I'll keep helping you share it with the world. But all right, we have less than a minute left.
Not listen to the garbage. They will actually overlook the defects of the individual and look at the good they're doing, support them in the good they're doing, trust that they're going to continue to do good. That's what friends do. So don't worry about the haters, worry about the friends that listen to the bullshit from the haters. God bless, be great. 10X.
My goodness, I truly couldn't believe you put this video up. Guys, let me show you a Scientology policy letter that Grant is operating off of. It's called Signs of Success. And it says, whenever we're really winning, the squirrels start to scream. Now, squirrel is a derogatory word in Scientology that is used a few different ways. In this case, it's used to sort of mean an anti-Scientologist. And it goes on to say, squirrels can't view other people helping others without going berserk. There's nothing personal in having squirrels. Even heroes can have lice. Now, does that ring a bell? There's nothing personal. It's not personal. They're not against you. They're against the idea of someone getting better. Now, in Scientology, there is at least a coherent internal logic that if you believe Scientology is genuinely saving the world, then it's very easy to conclude that anyone who's against Scientology is against saving the world. Therefore, anyone who's against Scientology is inherently a bad person, has evil motives. This is how Scientologists think. But Grant, you're not saving the world, buddy. You're buying apartment buildings. It's perfectly legitimate for people to criticize what you're doing. You fundraise from unaccredited, unsophisticated millennial investors through social media by pumping up this persona you've created of the cool steroid investor bro. It's perfectly legitimate for people to criticize how you conduct business, how you raise money, how you invest capital, how you skim off the top. But the fact that you have this Scientologist mentality of anyone who criticizes me is against success or against wealth or happiness or anything. It's all bullshit, dude. And again, I've sort of said this before, but for the record, I am not a hater on the real estate industry. I'm not a hater on investors. I'm not a hater on rich people. I love all those things. I'm a real estate investor myself, although it's not how I make a living. Not only that, I'm a licensed realtor. I bought my first house when I was 20 years old. I have been a property owner and a real estate investor ever since then. Now, what I do is a lot different than what Grant Cardone does. I strictly invest in single family homes. I don't do commercial. I've never done commercial. I've never done large scale residential. Grant is not a competitor. I'm not hating on the competitors here. In some of my videos, I plug Dream Realty. That is the real estate broker that I'm with. But I don't make my living as a real estate agent. After being a real estate investor for so many years, I decided I wanted to open a real estate brokerage. And when I looked into that, I found out that in the state of Florida, I live in Clearwater, Florida. In this state, you have to be a licensed realtor for 2 years before you can become a real estate broker. So I got licensed and I signed up under my friend Sheldon Goldberg, who owns Dream Realty. And I'll either help him grow that brokerage, or when my 2 years is up, I'll open my own. Because, and again, it's not even how I make a living. I just actually do love real estate. Grant and I have that in common. It's just that I invest my own money and I don't rip anyone off. And Grant invests other people's money and rips them off from sun up to sundown. And since we're on the subject, if you are looking to buy or sell a property anywhere in the Tampa Bay area, and if you would like to work with me, shoot me a message at aaron@dreamrealty.com, and it would be my pleasure to work with you as well. So I want to say this to all of the Grant Cardone fanboys and investors and insiders. Look, I am open to any explanation that would show how the information that I've put out doesn't really mean what it looks like it means. Everything is on the up and up. One of the benefits of putting out information is now there's an opportunity for everyone to respond, and they're either going to help fortify the position that you've already taken or help show you how you really need to change some things. And I really want to say, since the video that I put up about the fraud at Cardone Capital, I have been inundated with messages from investors, former employees, and current employees. 100% of them have been about how my information is correct and accurate. I'm still waiting for the messages of how I've got it wrong. And since, well, in the last video I said message me at Growing Up in Scientology aaron@gmail.com. You could also just email me at aaron@dreamrealty.com. It makes no difference to me. But you also have to understand, it's not me that needs to be convincing. It's not like the argument for what Cardone is doing wrong is coming from me. The federal authorities are investigating Grant Cardone and Cardone Capital, and it's why he doesn't want anyone to respond. Because Grant cannot respond to me by saying he's not being investigated. Because he knows that it's true, and he has no idea which members of his IR team, which one of his C-suite execs and his rank and file staff are already cooperating with the authorities against him, and it's driving him crazy. And he's gonna make mistakes, tampering with witnesses, tampering with evidence, impeding the investigation, obstructing justice. These are the kind of things, feds don't look kindly on these kind of things. So Grant's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And that's why he's trying to get all of you to stop sharing the information and just to please don't get distracted, don't get worried, don't ask for your money back. Grant Cardone is in a lot of trouble, you guys. Don't buy the hype. If you're an investor, get an attorney, go to the SEC, go to the FTC, go to the FBI. And for you Cardone Capital insiders who are not yet cooperating, I suggest you consider cooperating before that opportunity is no longer on the table. All right, everyone, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all of you who watch until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.